Been back on the dating pool. Let me tell you some things I wish women would understand about men. Okay, maybe if you hear from a man, it may click. Number one, men do not date for potential. Okay, how you present yourself and how you respond to that man will tell him everything he needs to know about where he wants to place you in a category. It's usually as quick as the first date, no later than the third. A week tops, he will know where to place you. And some men may go a little bit further just to see, but then y'all might think that's love bombing. No, he simply seen all he needed to see and decided, I'm not interested, because people can change their mind. Most men spare your feelings more than you realize. It is in fact because of your weight. That stomach he can see. We are visual creatures. We see everything. We just don't say nothing. Most men, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't like that. But most.
And that's one thing I want to compliment men on. Like a big majority of men, like a big percentage of men will not hurt your feelings just for the fun of it. They won't just look at you and be like, oh, I don't like you because you're big as hell. Whereas a woman will look at you and be like, ooh, nah, you ugly, you a nerd. Like let's just collectively just be nice when we're rejecting someone, okay? We could just be like, oh, you know what, I'm not interested, but thank you. It doesn't take anything away from you. So that's one thing I want to say so far. The second thing I want to say is the fact that it really do be the weight. Like, the men have been saying this since the beginning of time, and even me as a woman, I realized that, like, I feel better when I'm smaller. I feel lighter. I feel more joyful. I feel like doing more things, like going out, get cute. Like, I feel less sluggish when I'm lighter. It's just facts. It's just what it is. And my clothes look better when I'm smaller. So it is what it is. Like, majority of men do not like a big woman, and the ones that like big women, that's just what they like. So get with those men. But forcing a man, or not just forcing, but like acting confused when the average man don't want a big person is crazy. There's a category of men that like big women. Choose one of those, okay? And not try to force it on, the average regular man. The majority of men just don't like that. So it is what it is.
Men will spare your feelings and not tell you what the reason as to why they don't want to rock with you, they reject you, they ghost you. They really just sparing your feelings because they don't know how to communicate, I don't like this about you. And yes, women have more options in terms of men who will sleep with them.
Right.
Sleep with them, not love them. Men have more options with who they want to wife and be in love with. Not unattractive men.
And that's what a lot of the women don't understand. You could get 100 men in 1 hour who's trying to sleep with you. That's fine and dandy. We all know of that fact. But it doesn't mean anything, especially if you're looking for something serious. That's the same thing as when I hear the girls say, oh, all of the men who like me are just, nerds and broke men, so I really don't have options for real. It's the same way. Just because 100 men are trying to have sex with you, it doesn't mean you have 100 options, okay? Especially if you're looking for something serious, then what counts is when you are actually having options of men who want to marry you, and it's a big pool. Okay, and then you get to choose out of the pool of these men that want to marry you. That's when we can have a conversation. But if it's about 100 men who just want to use your body, okay.
Out of shape men, not men with money. This doesn't apply to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all, okay? But most women men will fuck anything, okay? Because they cannot control their lust. Most men only want to be around women when they can get something in return. They give you that illusion of, oh, he slept with me, he must like me. No, he doesn't. You just happen to be there, okay? Just my opinion. Women have to...
Dating me has to be real easy, real simple. I have a 6-month plan. So boom, we talk for 3 months. Then we start dating for 3 months. Then after those 6 months, you swallow an air tag, everybody's happy. Dating's month.
If you invite me to an event and I want to know if the opposite sex is going to be there, you're not about to make me feel bad. Oh, you always want to know if it's guys there. I'm not gay. I don't want to keep being around a bunch of girls.
Okay, so we're finally having the right conversations. Okay, it's not an issue if a woman who is single who desires a man because in the future she sees herself with a man. It's not a bad thing if she's asking questions like, oh, who else gonna be there? Like, what's the issue? Like, this video is really putting a pin on the whole mindset of some women really do be trying to keep their friends single so that they can have people to go out with and not feel bad about themselves. Like, and I don't want you to understand what I'm trying to say as if you're single you should feel bad about yourself. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I am trying to say is like, the women who are single and they don't want to be, they're just single because they haven't found somebody. They always want to have girlfriends around to occupy their time and their mind.
It's just crazy to me that there's all these people in the world and I can't get one man to love me. Not one. Yo, I told my crush I liked him. I thought I had it in the bag. Nope. Very, very humbling experience, but it's just like, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I don't want to give up because I want to. I think it's because I have to. I think it gets to a point where you have to look at yourself in the mirror and think like, am I harassing these men? Like, am I bothering y'all? Do I fucking bother y'all? I must. Because I'm like, damn, not one. This is fucking crazy. It's just crazy.
Okay, and that goes back to what I was saying just earlier. Okay, as hetero women, we care. Okay, we want one man, and I got mine. I'm married. Okay, so this conversation is not from me, but I'm highlighting the idea that there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting a man. We're literally, that's how we were made. Hello, Adam and Eve, like since the beginning of time, woman and man. Okay, so but this lady, I feel for her because she seems, genuine in terms of like she desires to have a man, but it's 2026. Things are tough, things are rough. The men are playing around. The men just want you to come do everything for yourself. Meanwhile, they want to be in your presence. They want to be in your life. And just a little side note, anybody who comes to your life who's not trying to contribute or make it better or make it easier in some way, shape, or form, that person might as well not be around. Okay, so the whole thing I'm seeing in 2026 is how men just want to have a woman, right? And she brings with herself everything she's gonna need for herself at every single time. All the money that she wants to use, it has to be her money. Like, hey, what's your purpose of being around then? I don't get it. Like, and it's not just all about money. Everyone, whoever's around you, friends, if you have friends and they don't contribute anything to your life, it doesn't have to be about money, then they don't have to be around. I think it's simple.
This is the number one problem when it comes to Christian dating. Okay, so this is the current number of requests. Guess how many of those people are men? Take a wild guess. I'll wait. 7. Out of, it's close to 300 people in this request, like in the chat. 7 of those are men. Like, where, like, do you see what I'm getting at? I feel like historically speaking, we all know it to be true that historically, generationally, when you go to church, there's always more women than there are men. And then especially when you're going to church events, like things outside of Sunday service, there's always more women than there are men. I feel like in more modern churches that is shifting, like that has shifted and is currently shifting, where the numbers are a bit more equal. But I don't know, because I'm now looking at these numbers currently, and I understand that my audience on TikTok is going to push my stuff out to women more so than men because I'm a woman. But I don't know, I'm starting to like, where are y'all at for real? Like, where are the men? Where are the good looking Christian men who are looking for their wifey, like are trying to find their kingdom spouse? And then because I feel like men will post on here about not having a wife and wanting to find their kingdom spouse and their rib and but now I'm kind of like, so where y'all at? I'm also speaking on behalf of my sisters because, and this is the thing too, if you're currently waiting to get into the group chat, I'm not gonna hold you, sis. one of the reasons that I haven't added a lot of more people is because if I were to add y'all, who are you gonna talk to? Like, there's a good handful of men in our current chat right now, but the numbers are very balanced, so it's kind of like half and half right now. So if I were to add, 200 plus women and then add 7 more men, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Like, there's not gonna be anybody for anybody to talk to. I mean, when it comes to the singles and mingling, again, like, that's not the whole purpose of the chat, but that is, I'm not going to be oblivious to the fact that that's a large part, right? Like, we're looking for romantic connection, especially as we learn more about how to date from a biblical standpoint. Anyway, where the men at? And how can we get this on their FYP? Like, if you're a guy and you're watching this, help your sisters out. This is the...
Oh, how the tables have turned, right? So even in the Christian space, the conversation is the same. Okay, there's a lack of men, and women are basically shifting their whole narrative from what they used to say just 2 years ago about we don't need a man, we want to be independent, or we want to be single, we're single because that's our choice. But no, you haven't found it. Okay, it's okay to say it. You haven't found it, it's fine. So it doesn't help you to say you're single because you want to be. There's only a small percentage of women where that's true, where they're single because they want to be. But the majority of the women who copy that narrative, they are single because that they don't have any other choice. So this is crazy out here. But at least, we see the conversations, being had, where such as this or the clip from before, right? Where the woman is saying, hey, we want the men to show up. They want something to be done. They want the men to come out. They want them, you know what I mean? So at least we're hearing less of we don't want a man, we want to be single, to where are the men, we're ready to, start connecting. So this is good. This is a nice shift, but it's gonna take a lot more than that for the men to actually believe y'all, okay? Because y'all spend a lot of time telling them that y'all don't want them, okay? So let's get together. Men, stop being hard-headed. The women are making a step. They're taking a step, so take a step too, okay? So that we can connect. They're taking a step. It's your turn now, man. Take a step towards them and let's, connect. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the comments and also in the next video.